shortage of dumb people doing really stupid things. Welcome to another edition of Idiotology with Lynch and Taco. 1011 WJRR. Bunch of frickin' idiots.
All right, let's see where our adventure begins this morning. Who's up for a trip over to Italy?
I'll take one. Nah, that's Europe.
Not a Europe dude, right?
Italy's cool. I'm married to an Italian. Let's roll. What's up?
38-year-old guy in Italy was wanted by police. He had apparently been sentenced to 9 months in jail for assault, and he had gone missing, and he was spotted. Police tried to pursue him. They briefly lost track of him when he jumped into a nativity scene and stood like a mannequin pretending to be a wise man.
That is pretty wise of him to be totally straight. That's great, dude.
It was,
except the other ones are going to rat you out.
It was the eagle-eyed mayor of this town, Galatone, that spotted some movement in the nativity scene, saw the police coming around, and they were like, made the connection. Like, there he is.
Mm-hmm.
Right next to the baby Jesus.
That is good thinking, dude.
That's, to be arrested while you're posing in a nativity scene, that's not going to be a good omen.
Nah.
You know?
Not at all. You're going to get up to the heavenly gates later, and they're going to go, okay, go ahead. You were a good man. Wait. Weren't you the guy?
Right. So, A for effort and creativity and thinking on your feet, I suppose. Let's bring it back here to the United States and go to Waco, Texas.
Yeah, that's where Chip and Joanna Gaines are from. That and David Koresh.
Well,
at least they gave it a good name compared to David Koresh. For those younger listeners that don't know who David Koresh is,
look up Branch Davidians.
Yeah, he did some crazy stuff. It was a little thing called the Cult, and I'm not talking about the band.
He was fiery.
Good night.
Anyway, not to be confused with David Koresh, this guy is accused of yelling racial slurs and accidentally setting himself on fire while trying to burn down the intended victim's home. That would be 47-year-old Tony McDaniel, who, he looks like a real winner, who lives in a trailer outside of a tire shop.
Yeah, he's just jealous because they had a home.
I guess he had some sort of beef with people who lived nearby. He showed up at their home with a container of gasoline and he walked up to the house and doused like the front portion of the home, and then left a trail walking out to the road and then tried to light the thing, and rather than it following the trail up to the house to burn the home down, he had gotten some gas on himself and he's running around on fire.
Yeah. You know what it was? It was probably a home that Chip and Joanna Gaines redid for somebody. For those that don't know what I'm talking about, I watch some of these home shows where they redo people's homes. You know, they pay them, they give them some money.
Here's your budget.
But exactly. I think everybody's familiar with that, whether it be Cabin Masters up in Maine or Chip and Joanna Gaines in Waco. But I bet he was jealous. He's like, man, I live in that crappy old trailer.
Outside the tire shop.
Mm-hmm. I smell rubber all day. I mean, those tires ain't pretty. So he smells them all. And he goes, I'm gonna show them.
We showed them all right.
I'm gonna burn up that new Chip and Joanna Gaines house.
Enjoy slurping Jell-O in the burn unit, you jackass, and that's your karma for even trying to do that, and then mixing in the racial element as well.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the whole racial thing.
Hateful fool.
What a dick. And the holidays, man, Christmas is like a week away.
You're setting me up for the finale here in this first Idiotology, where I'm going to need a ruling from the supreme leader of BWO, which would be you.
Okay, well, we have BWO solid. I'm in. That was from PRC. Other people ready to judge on BWO. That's Bob World Order, by the way.
Montreal, Canada. A mob of shoplifters dressed as Santas and Elves hit Metro Groceries and stole about $3,000 worth of goods.
It's BWO for sure. Take them all out of the knees. I don't care if they're dressed as Santa and the Elves or not. They're pieces of garbage.
I haven't finished the whole element here before you lay final judgment as to whether or not all of these folks need to be rendered to the chair.
Let me guess, they're going to donate it.
They left some under some community tree and then a note that said the rest is going to be donated to a food bank for the needy because this grocery store chain makes too much money.
BWO their asses. I don't know how they run things in Canada, nor do I care to. Yet, you're still stealing from somebody that at the end of the day, somebody started that business from the bottom and grew it.
Yeah.
You got it. Don't you agree?
Well, they left some big, lengthy, agenda-laden manifesto, not just aimed at the grocery store, but any big box chain.
It's a bunch of dumb hippies. These are the same people who save a fox because of his pelt.
What?
For like a minx or a fox skin jacket. Look, I'm telling
you. We leap from shoplifting to that, but okay.
Well, I mean, they're the same people. These are the ones that sit outside the abortion clinic, or they picket about these rights or those rights. They have nothing to do.
I don't think it's fair to equate these other groups in with these folks.
I highly doubt. Oh, to hell with all of them. If you're sitting outside of a store with a picketing sign, if it's over a good cause, yeah. But if you're one of the ones that just pickets everything because you don't have anything to do, you don't have a job, you're picketing abortions, you're never getting pregnant. I'm sorry.
Oh, my God.
Anyway.
I did not see this guy.
They should have dressed up.
We're machine gunning the whole lot of them and rendering to the chair. Is that what the supreme leader of BWO is ruling here? What say the minions at 22526?
Yes, BWO is Bob World Order, and it means that to save all of us, the taxpayers who have jobs and work, to save us money, we're going to shoot all thieves of retail in the kneecaps so they're in a wheelchair, and then we slap a BWO sticker on them.
And they serve as an example of what not to do.
These people were doing a Robin Hood move, and they dressed as Santa and Elves. It doesn't make sense. Take them out.
Okay.
It's Canada. BWO them. Oh, whoa. That BWO needs to make headshots. Okay, let's not get drastic here. They were trying to feed some homeless. So
now you're softening your stance.
And it is the holidays. Wait, it's not even Christmas in Canada, is it?
What are you talking about?
Don't they have a different Christmas?
Christmas is a world. We went over this already.
Yeah, that's right. They have a different 4th of July yeah. I talked to the Canadian girl that used to work here years ago. Jesus. You know what I'm talking about.
They have their own Independence Day. They have their own Thanksgiving version.
Somebody said, you tell them, Bob. Different levels of BWO is a great idea, I think. Shoot them. Good night.
Okay. Thank you, BWO minions, for voicing yours.
Legend Taco on demand.